Milestone Advisory Partners. Personalized financial planning customized to your lifestyle. Milestone Advisory Partners, bringing success to your life's journey. Visit our website, milestoneadvisorypartners.com. Milestone Advisory Partners.
All right, welcome back, gang. We're grilling with Chef Clay. So my name's Clay White. I am a private chef and caterer out of Pinehurst, North Carolina. Been cooking for a long time. One of my passions in life, cooking food for other people. I am here today to make some great dishes for you, things that you can try at home. We're not doing anything too crazy, nothing too wild, stuff that you can find at the local grocery store. Go out there and make some beautiful food. While we're here, I'd like to thank one of my sponsors today that helped me make all this happen. It's the Long Hairs, and these guys are amazing. These are some hair ties. You see, I got long hair, so I use these guys right here. It's the longhairs.us. Beautiful hair ties. Go check them out on their website. They've got some great stuff, all kinds of different designs. Today for you, I'm going to be making a nice, beautiful fennel citrus salad. We're going to put together some fennel, nice licoricey notes. Going to be bringing in some orange, some mandarin oranges, make a nice vinaigrette to go with that. From there, we're going to go to a lemon thyme risotto and some grilled salmon steaks. These two work great together. The lemon, the thyme, then that grilled salmon, just a beautiful combination. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our lemon and vinaigrette and our citrus fennel salad for you. So we'll go ahead and get that rolling. All right, so first things first, we're going to get started with a fennel citrus salad today. I've got a beautiful fennel bulb here. This is something you've probably seen in the grocery store. You've never known what to do with. We're just going to do a simple salad. We're going to take the fennel, we're going to cut it up, shave it nice and thin. We're also going to take some nice navel oranges. We're going to do some Supremes with these, and I'll get into that in just a little bit. And then we're going to step into a little vinaigrette. We're going to throw a little lemon vinaigrette on this today. We got some nice olive oil, some rice wine vinegar, and a little bit of honey, a little lemon juice. So we'll go ahead and get started. What we're going to do, first things first, I'm going to take this and we're just going to cut the main bulb off. I want to clean up any of these little burnt areas, little rusty looking areas. So we're going to clean this up just a wee bit. And these right here, pretty much unusable. If you wanted to use these in like a stock or soup or something like that, fennel has a kind of a licoricey taste. So think, if you wanted some of that in a background of some kind of like a stew or a soup, stock, something like that, you can do that. All I'm gonna really use is just the bulb here. And we're also going to use these nice fronds. That's going to make the little salad look nice and pretty, give us a little more flavor from that fennel. All right. Yeah. All right. So we've got the fennel bulb here. The easiest way to do this, I'm just going to run my knife right through the center, give us a nice flat spot so I can cut these nice and thin. I want to almost shave these, not necessarily, we're not trying to go see-through, but we're going to get these nice and thin. So I'm going to take a sharp knife. I can't tell you how many times I'm going to mention this sharp knife. Nothing more dangerous than a dull knife in the kitchen. So I'm going to take these beautiful knives that I've got here, and we're just going to shave these nice and thin. This right here is going to be the bulk of the salad, the fennel bulb itself. And then we're going to do up some nice orange Supremes. Oh, I got fennel going everywhere. Outstanding. This is just a nice raw, clean salad. Nice citrusy, got that licoricey fennel that we've got in here. So I just want to go through and make sure that I don't have any really big pieces. We want these to be all bite-sized, manageable pieces. So we've got our fennel cut up. To this, I'm just going to add some of these fennel fronds in here. And that's just going to add some more texture, flavor. It's also going to give the salad a little more eye appeal. more than anything. It just looks nice and pretty. Get rid of that. All right, we'll just set all this aside while we work on these oranges. Okay, just a nice navel orange. If you've got blood oranges, or maybe you like grapefruit, you can use any of those. Nectarines, whatever you want to use. If you wanted to throw some peach in here, anything kind of citrusy, it works great in the salad. So from here, we're just going to take this navel orange and we're just going to clean up the ends, get rid of that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to run my knife right through the pit there. And we're just going to open this guy up. All right, easy way to get an orange ready. All we really want to focus on is just the fruit itself, the nice citrus on the inside. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to clean these up. Now you could take a zester and just throw a little bit of the peel into the salad if you wanted to give it a little more flavor, a little more pop. Today we're just going to focus on these Supremes. All right. Now from here, what we're looking for is we're looking to go in between each one of these veins of that pith inside. So we're just going to come in with our knife and simply cut in between at an angle, okay? And that's going to give us what we call a Supreme, just the meat of the citrus itself. So we're going to take those, we're going to use this in our salad. If you wanted to, you could just make orange slices, which I've got another orange. We may just do that just to get that in there to have two different looks of the orange. So basically all I've got left is just the piths. There's still some meat on that bone. And if you wanted to, you could juice this. I think I'm going to. We're just going to hold on to that. Get that juiced up. We'll use that in our vinaigrette that we're going to pop in just a bit. So we'll go ahead and just juice that, get that into our bowl here. We're going to make our vinaigrette in. All right. And then we'll do the other side. Okay, let's go ahead and just cut some nice rings in here. So I'm going to take this orange, and instead of doing Supremes, we're just going to peel this sucker down. And if you'll see, the thickness of that pith right there pretty much shows you where to run your knife so you can get the orange nice and cleaned up. Bitter pith off of there. All right, and then just clean up the bottom here. Get rid of all of this. Okay, so like I said, instead of just doing Supremes, I'm gonna just do some nice slices. Just give the salad a couple different looks. So we'll just come through here, run our knife through, get us some nice thin slices. And then we'll just come back, cut these in half, make them bite size. You know, salads, when I think of salads, I'm thinking of bite size. So we're gonna come back, just slice these in half. Come here to me. Alrighty. So now we've got some Supremes, we've got some nice orange slices, we've got our fennel cut up. We're gonna clean up the hands real quick. Get that clean. We're gonna focus on making the salad. I've also got some mandarin oranges that I'm gonna add into this just for another little flavor. Instead of just plain orange, these are some nice mandarin oranges. I've also got some of the syrup that came with these, and I'm gonna add that to our vinaigrette. One for a little sweetness, and also for just some body, a little structure in there. We'll get those set aside. Now we're gonna focus on the vinaigrette. So I've already got some orange juice in here. I've got the mandarin orange syrup in here as well. To this, we're just gonna add some canola oil. You can use extra virgin olive oil, whatever kind of oil you want to use. I'll do some canola, then I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil just for a little flavor behind that. To this, I'm going to add some rice wine vinegar. You can use red wine vinegar, champagne vinegar. There's several vinegars out there you can use. You don't want to use anything harsh like a white vinegar or apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to use probably equal parts vinegar to the oil. Lid doesn't want to cooperate, so we'll just let that sit there. Okay, to this, I'm just going to add a little pinch of salt. Salt just wakes flavors up. So for this salad, all we're going to do, we're just going to pop some of this fennel in here. Make it look nice and pretty. We're going to take some of the mandarin oranges and we're just going to kind of plate those around. Maybe we'll take some of these slices, make them look nice and pretty on the plate. You know, we always say, I used to teach at a culinary school, and one of the things we always told our students was, you eat with your eyes first. So everything needs to be appealing, nice and pretty on the plate. Maybe we'll add a little bit more fennel right here on the top. Get some of these nice Supremes in here. Get a little more fennel. And just make it stand up nice and tall. And we'll set these aside. And then I'm just gonna take this vinaigrette, mix it up again just a little bit. And then all we're gonna do is we're just gonna pour this all over that salad. Make it nice and pretty. Before I will present this to somebody, and you'll see me do this a lot, I'm gonna taste, okay? Oh, that's gorgeous. So, one of the things you always wanna do when you're cooking, make sure you taste your food before you send stuff out. Make sure it's seasoned well, make sure the flavors are there that you want. You don't want to send something out bland and boring. One of the things I hate the most is when I send food out and I see people take a bite and the first thing they do, grab a salt shaker. That just upsets me. That lets me know I didn't do my job. So anyway, that right there is your beautiful fennel citrus salad. We've got some oranges in here. We've got some mandarin orange. We've got a nice vinaigrette that we mixed up for you. Some nice fennel bulbs, some nice fennel fronds. And that's our fennel citrus salad, Chef Clay's way. Okay, so coming up next, we just finished off a nice fennel citrus salad, and now we're gonna go into a main course. Today what I've got here, we've got some beautiful Atlantic salmon, and we're gonna take these, all we're gonna do is get these cleaned up, get these ready for the grill. Then next, after the salmon, I've got a beautiful lemon thyme risotto that we're gonna serve this salmon with. So to get started, we're gonna just take these beautiful salmon slices, set those right here, get rid of that. And on the top side of each one of these salmon, you're gonna have a little bit of fat that we're gonna remove. I'm also gonna remove this skin that's on the back. If you wanna leave that on, that's fine. I just prefer to take it off. I like to grill mark both sides of the salmon just to make sure I get really good flavor. So here, easy way to clean these salmon up. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this fat right here, take that off. We don't need that. If you wanna leave it on, that's fine with you. If you like, you know, we always say fat is flavor, but with fish, it's just gonna add that fishy taste that maybe you don't like, I don't like. So here we're just going to look for a nice corner to come in, and I'm just going to lay this salmon down, and all I'm going to do is take this nice, this is a boning knife, I use it for filleting as well, but I'm just going to grab that corner of that skin, and I'm going to take my knife and run it under this salmon skin between, and I'm going to take my knife and angle it down just slightly towards the skin, and that's going to help my knife run across this. So, salmon skin, gone. Don't need it. I don't. Maybe you want it. Okay. So we'll find another corner here, get my knife going. All right, and once you have that going, just run that knife through. And like I said, just keep it at a slight downward angle towards that skin, and bam, that skin will come right off. Nice and clean every time. Okay, we'll just wash that salmon off our hands real quick. All right, so we've got salmon prepped. I'm gonna set this aside and we're gonna get started on the side dish that we're gonna do this with this salmon. And like I said, we're gonna do a nice lemon thyme risotto. This is one of my favorites that I like to use with salmon. It goes really well, pairs really well with the salmon flavor. You know, a lot of people, when you think fish, you think lemon. thyme and lemon go great together. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead, prep a couple of lemons. We're going to use these lemons towards the end of the risotto. So all I'm going to do is just cut those ends off. Let's do a second one, because I'm probably going to need two for this dish, because I'm going to use the juice and I'm also going to use the zest of the rind as well. So from here, we're going to take some nice arborio rice. Arborio rice is used, it's just a small grain rice, a medium grain rice that we use for risotto. It has a nice creamy texture. We'll get the creaminess from the starch of the rice, get this risotto going. So back here, what we're going to do is we're going to get this pan going. This is going to be the pan that we're going to make the risotto in. You can do it in a saucepan if you want. I just like to do it in a nice saute pan. Back on the back burner back here, I've got some chicken stock. The chicken stock's what we're going to use as the base for this risotto. So we're going to come over here. We're going to grab a little nice olive oil again, and I'm just going to get a little olive oil in our pan, probably a good two tablespoons or so. And again, we've got this nice arborio rice that we're going to take here, and we're going to measure out probably a good cup of arborio rice, and that's going to almost double in size by the time we make this risotto. So we're going to let our pan get nice and warm here. Risotto is not a dish. Risotto is actually a method of cooking. When you make risotto, you can use barley, you can use couscous, you can use all kinds of different grains to make risotto. Risotto is just the cooking process, the method that we're going to use. Same thing with like a rice pilaf. Rice pilaf is not a dish, it is a cooking technique that we use in the kitchen. You call the finished product a pilaf, or the finished product today a risotto. We're going to get some salt and pepper here, get that ready. All right, so we should have some good heat on our pan. You can always tell when your oil's got when it's hot enough, it'll start to kind of shimmer across the bottom of the pan. That lets you know that you've got enough heat to adequately start the process. The first process of a risotto is we're going to pearlize this rice, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to toast it. We're going to put some of this raw rice straight into this hot oil, and like I said, we're going to use a good cup's worth. That's my measuring cup right here. The old hand. Let's see, we'll get a little bit more in there just for good measure. We'll get that out of the way. Now I'm just going to grab a good wooden spoon, nylon spoon, whatever, and we're just going to take this and we're going to move this rice around, turn up our heat a little bit, make sure we've got nice heat. And what I want to do is I want to hear this rice talk to me. When it starts sizzling, oh, we're good now, here's some music. When this thing starts sizzling, we know that we've got the heat going. We know that we're going to start to pearlize this rice. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get basically a nice toasted outer shell on the outside of each rice kernel. And what we're looking for, we want to see that rice kind of brown a little bit. We don't want it to get burnt. We don't want to cook it because we're actually going to be cooking the rice when I start adding the chicken stock to this. So I can hear my rice talking to me, sound nice and pretty. That's a nice song you're singing. So we've got some nice brown on this rice, looking nice and pretty. Okay. So from here, we're going to go grab some white wine real quick. Have this already. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this rice, we're going to shock it with a little white wine. This is going to add some flavor, but it's also going to start the cooling process of the rice. We don't want it to cook anymore. We don't want it any more brown. So we're going to add a good half, 3/4 of a cup in there. Set that aside. And when you're making risotto, it's a 20-minute process. I don't care how you want to try to do it. You can't do it in the microwave. You can only do it on the stovetop. So now we're going to take our heat, add this up. It's going to take 20 minutes. And once you get started, you're dedicated to this risotto. So you can't walk away if the phone rings. Let it ring. Tell your friends you'll get back with them. Let this rice absorb this wine. It's going to take a little time. So we're going to let that wine cook down just a little bit. And each step here, we're going to add liquid. We've got the wine in there. We're going to add chicken stock. We're going to add this chicken stock about 1/2 cup, 3/4 cup at a time. This is a building process. So we're going to take the wine once it reduces down, probably by half. we'll start adding our chicken stock. And all we're gonna do with that, we're just gonna take a ladle at a time. And our wine is about reduced down to nothing. So we're gonna start adding chicken stock 1 ladle at a time. And each time you add your stock, you're gonna let it reduce down, add another ladle, let it reduce down. And usually about this time, I like to add just a little bit of nice sea salt. And if you think my salt looks funny, I've got a mixture of salt. I've got some sriracha salt that I made. I've got some black Hawaiian Kai salt in here. I've got regular kosher salt. I think I've got some smoked salt in here as well that I do. Oh, it's in there. Oh yeah. I just like to have just a little extra flavor. Salt's great flavor enhancer, and I just like to have extra, just a little flavor in my salt, just so it's not just plain old kosher salt. All right, so we got this reducing down a little more. I'm gonna add some more chicken stock. And again, we're just gonna keep adding stock. And what I'm looking for that rice to kind of go nice and white, opaque on me. That kind of lets me know that my rice is cooked. This is a dish that you still want the rice to be al dente, but you also want a creaminess from the starch that it's going to release, and that's what's going to help bind all this together and make this thing nice and pretty. While we've got that going on, I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to prep up some thyme. Like I said, this is a lemon thyme risotto, so I've got some fresh thyme that I pulled right out of my garden. We're going to just peel this off. You just want to get any of that woody part of the thyme. All we're looking for here is the leaves. So you just hold the very top of the thyme, just use your fingers, just peel back, and the leaves will come off nice and pretty. And at the very top, you can use the stem if you want. It's nice and soft. It's not crunchy like the rest of the stem. Let's see, let's get a little bit more in there. We want this to be nice and flavorful with that lemon and this thyme combination. I hear my rice starting to sizzle, crackle, and pop, so I'm gonna come over here and add a little bit more stock. All right, give it a nice stir, make sure nothing's just sitting there burning on the bottom. Okay, so we've got some thyme, and we've got some thyme. We'll move that to the side. I promise, that's the last time joke. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some lemon. We're gonna get the lemon prepped up. All I'm gonna do is just take these lemons, cut them right in half. And I'm just gonna wanna get the juice out of these. So we'll grab a bowl over here. And I had a fork, there's my fork. Come in here in the bottom and just run that fork around. Use your hands, squeeze that fork. Now that, the fork's also gonna help us get these seeds back out. Okay, get rid of that. And we're gonna save half of this, or 1 whole lemon, because we're gonna zest that sucker. Then we'll juice it. So we'll just get all that juice out, get all those seeds out. Just use your hands, use your strength, use your muscles. Get that juice out. Get rid of that one. Then we'll come over to the sink here, we'll just get rid of these seeds. Don't want that in your food. Okay, so we've got our lemon juice in here. So from here, we're just gonna take the lemon and we're just gonna take just the zest. A good grater like this works fine, a microplane, and we're just gonna get some of that zest in here. A little extra flavor. This really adds a pop to this dish. Anytime you're gonna use any type of juice, like earlier we did a fennel salad, you could take some of the zest from that as well, add that. I'm gonna hold on to that because we're coming back for that. Get that juice, get rid of those seeds, a little more zest. Zest makes it the best, so we'll keep going. And what you wanna do when you're zesting something, you don't wanna get down to that white pith, that's very bitter, sour, even more sour than just regular old lemon. So just watch out for that. Now we're gonna juice these up. Get as much juice out of these as we can. And that fork's just coming in, just helping us break all those little pods in here. Make sure we get all that good juice. I used to work for a chef when I was a young chef coming up through the ranks. And he would actually come behind us and grab all of our lemons out of the trash can and squeeze. And if any juice came out, oh, he'd get on us, "You're wasting me money." All right, so now we'll just get these seeds out. There's a little bit of pith in here as well. We'll strain that on out. Make sure we get each seed. I don't want no seeds. Get out of there. All right, so now I've got my juice in here, got that nice zest going on in here, and we're gonna add that into our dish once we get this rice cooked. So the rice is cooking down nice for us. We're gonna come in here, give it a stir. We're getting close. You can see the dish itself, the rice has actually changed colors a little bit. We've got some brown in there, but the rice is getting that nice white opaque look that I'm looking for. Now, if you'll notice, I had the chicken stock on the back burner here. I want to keep that chicken stock nice and hot, so I don't want to be adding cold chicken stock to a nice hot rice, and because that'll just defeat the purpose. It'll keep everything nice and hot, keep it going. So we've got the risotto. We're pretty much done here. Okay, I'm gonna give it a quick taste. One, for seasoning. Two, I want to check the tooth of this rice, see if it's still kind of al dente, if it's ready. Yeah, it's perfect right there. What you're looking for is, still has a little bit of bite to it, but it's starting to get creamy. And that's what's going to pull this whole rice dish together, is the starch out of that rice. I'm probably going to hit it with just a little more chicken stock, and then we're going to start adding our lemon juice and our lemon zest. Let's see, that's about all we need right there, another quarter cup. All the starches have come out, made it nice and creamy. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to add the flavor. Come over here, grab some thyme. We're just going to sprinkle that thyme in here. We're going to add a little more heat. Finish this off, cook that thyme in a little bit, get those essential oils going. See, I think I'll use a spoon. We'll just add this on in here. Make sure I get some of that zest out of that lemon juice. And we're just going to add, I don't know, probably a quarter cup in here. And we'll just kind of cook this down a little more over some heat. Yeah, this lemon thyme really works well together, especially with the salmon that we're getting ready to do. And I'm just going to give this a taste again, just to make sure that we're done. Also, I want to check my flavors. That's nice. All right, so we're going to kill that heat. We don't need it anymore. Going to come over here, grab some fresh black pepper, give that just a spin. And in tasting, I can tell I needed just a little more salt, so we're going to add just a wee bit of salt in there. All right, our risotto is done. Lemon thyme risotto, getting ready to go with some beautiful salmon that we're getting ready to throw on the grill, and then we're going to plate it all up, put it together. Nice look at that lemon thyme risotto, beautiful. So that's done, sitting on the side burner, just staying nice and warm for us. We're going to revisit our salmon here. Okay, I've got a cast iron grill pan going on my burner here. Use whatever you've got at home. If you've got a nice Weber grill, which those are my favorite. They're also one of my sponsors. Love my Weber grills. Maybe you've got a green egg thing or a red egg or whatever you got. Whatever grill you have, whatever works best for you. We're in the kitchen here, so we're going to be using this grill pan. And all we're going to do is we're going to put these on the grill. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil on these. One thing, this is going to help grill them up, and it's also going to help my salt and pepper stick to the fish a little better. When you throw this on the grill, half of your seasoning is going to come off, so I'm going to get these nice and coated with some good salt and black pepper. All right. A lot of people ask, why you chefs always hold your hands way up high? That way the salt falls more evenly, gets distributed. Some nice black pepper on here. Now to this, if you wanted to add any flavors, cumin, coriander, turmeric, whatever you want to add, by all means add this at this point. All we're going to do is flip these over. We're going to get both sides. There's another chef out there that hates one-sided flavored food. I do too. So we're going to season up both sides. Make this food taste good. And again, salt's just a good flavor enhancer. You can use whatever seasonings you want here. I just like salt and pepper. You'll notice in just about all my shows, that's all I really use on any of the proteins I'm making. I just want to wake the food up. I want to taste the food. I want to taste salmon. I don't want to taste all kinds of other flavors. I want to taste the salmon. That's why I'm cooking salmon. So we'll give it a nice twist here of that good black pepper, and we'll set that over there. Now I'm gonna grab me a set of tongs. I'm using cast iron, so it's okay to use regular metal tongs. I've got some other tongs that have some rubber tips on them, and I use that for non-stick pans and whatnot. So we're gonna come over here to the grill. We got some nice heat on the grill. If you can hold your hand right above the grill and it's hot enough to where you need to move your hand in a couple of seconds, you know your pan's hot enough. I'm gonna fire this up just a wee bit more. Okay. Now I'm gonna set the flesh side down first. That's gonna be the side that I present when I put all this together. So I'm gonna do that side first. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our salmon steaks here, and I'm gonna place these on the grill at a 45-degree angle across the grill grates. Okay. And that is going to help us get hopefully a nice quadrillage, nice grill marks, 45-degree grill marks on here. We'll lay the other one down. I'm going to press them down a little bit just to make sure they're making good contact with that grill. I'm going to add a little more pepper here. Want to make sure we got good flavor here. Okay, fish cooks pretty quick. If these were steaks, like beef steaks, tenderloins, or nice ribeye or something, I'm probably going to go about 2 minutes per side per turn. So I'll go like 2 minutes here, then I'm going to take these and I'm actually going to turn them 90 degrees back. And what we're going to get some nice crosshatch marks on these nice salmon steaks. Smell it. Oh, it smells so nice. I love the smell of meat cooking on a grill. Okay. Now I can see at the bottom of the fish, it's starting to turn a little white, and that's letting me know that we've got some good cooking going on. So once I start to see that, I usually think, okay, it's about that time. Let's go ahead and turn these 90 degrees. So I'm gonna lift up the first one that I laid down, and I'm just gonna lay that down at a 90-degree angle across from the first side. And we're gonna do the other one. And again, I'm just gonna pat these down just a little bit, make sure I'm getting good contact with that grill. And I'm just gonna be watching the sides of this salmon. And as that meat starts to turn white as it's cooking through, it's letting me know that we're getting cooked all the way through the fish. Now salmon's one of those things, you can eat this raw. This was a sushi grade salmon, so this is something that you could make sushi with. You can make tartare, you could do a poke salad with this salmon. So some people like salmon medium rare, more to the rare side. Myself, I like it kind of a medium rare, just like I do a regular beef steak. Watching these, I can see, yeah, we're about cooked halfway through. The side that has the heat on it, it's cooked all the way to about the middle of that salmon steak. So here, I'm just gonna take these and I'm gonna flip them over. And again, do a nice 45 degree. We've got some great quadrillage happening on these salmon steaks. And that's just the cross hatches that's happening at the top here. So and as we flip this other one over, we're gonna look at those nice grill marks on these beautiful salmon steaks. And this is just a presentation thing. I like to do this just because it looks really good. So we've got these rolling. And you know, we're doing a lemon thyme risotto with this. What's gonna hurt if we throw a little thyme on these salmon steaks as well? So we'll come in, just add a little bit of thyme while they're cooking up. Thyme and salmon go great together. Why not? Okay. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna take these and I'm just gonna turn these again 90 degrees. See if I can do this one without breaking it. Oh yeah. So we turn it 90 degrees, get that fish loaded down, turn this one 90. And all we're doing here is we're adding great flavor. We're looking for what's called the Maillard reaction. And all it is we're adding some brown to the surface of the meat. You can pan sear these. You could do these in the oven if you want to. The reaction that we get from the grill pan itself is giving us great flavor. It's that nice brown grill marks that we have on here. Just gives it some great, beautiful flavor. So we're gonna let these roll for probably 1 more minute, and then we're gonna warm up this risotto, and we're gonna pull this whole thing together. We've got our salmon steaks nice and grilled, ready to go. We're ready to visit the plate now. We're gonna pull out another nice, pretty plate here. These are some plates I like to use. Nice square. Everything's gonna kind of pop against this white. I'm gonna use my fish spatula to help aid in getting these salmon steaks off of the grill. If you try to take them off with just a pair of tongs or something, it could break in half. I don't want that. I want this to look nice and pretty. So first things first, we're gonna come over here. We're gonna check out this nice risotto. And I'm just gonna set it kind of off center just a little bit because we've got some beautiful salmon that we're gonna lay across this. So that's probably a good portion there. And like I said, I'm just going to use this fish spatula just to keep these salmon steaks nice and pretty. I'm going to put one here. And we'll grab the other one. Just hold together for me. We've just got a little trip to make. And put the other one here. Make it look nice and pretty. We're gonna take a little bit of the fennel citrus salad that we had earlier. We're gonna put this on the plate. This is just a nice garnish, nice little salad. Goes beautiful with the lemon thyme risotto that we had. And again, all these flavors just really pair great together. And that's about what I'm looking for right there. And just to make this pop a little more, take a little bit of that fennel, add that to the top of the fish, make it look nice and pretty. Then we're gonna come back, nice clean towel, clean our plate up. I don't want to send a plate out to my guests with all kinds of stuff around the edges. So, okay folks, this right here is Chef Clay's grilled salmon with a lemon thyme risotto. We've got a nice fennel citrus salad to go along with this. All these flavors right here taste great together. Please try this at home. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love this, especially if you love salmon. But there we go, Chef Clay's way. Okay guys, we did some great things today. We made that nice fennel citrus salad. We did some grilled salmon. We did a lemon thyme risotto. Just beautiful dishes. Go out and try these things at home, okay? We had fun here in the kitchen. I also want to give a shout out to another one of my great sponsors. They are Milestone Advisory Partners out of Southern Pines, North Carolina. Go check them out for all your financial needs. Great group, great people. And folks, we had so much fun in the kitchen here today. We hope to see you at the next show, Grilling with Chef Clay.
Milestone Advisory Partners. Personalized financial planning customized to your lifestyle. Milestone Advisory Partners, bringing success to your life's journey. Visit our website, milestoneadvisorypartners.com. Milestone Advisory Partners,